Hello and welcome to the Philippines. I spent several days getting certified as a diver, and the last morning, very early in the morning, about 4 a.m., we headed out to Manod of Shoal and went to look at there's a shark right there, way off in the distance, a thresher shark. They come up from about 200 meters in the morning, right after daybreak, to get cleaned by other fish, and it's very unusual to see them at this depth. I believe we're at about 11-12 meters right here, and what we usually do, we follow a rope line down to this level, which is basically the top of a rock. We go over to the edge of that rock and we drop down feet first, most of the way, down to about 30 meters. And there they have rope along a long line. There's many boats that show up, many divers that show up. You can see the bubbles going up in the background. Many divers already down there. And we go down there and watch the thresher sharks swim by. I did not see any thresher sharks driving by, but they came very close. We got a couple very, very close views there. And I'm going to take you over the cliff here, over the edge of the rock, and we're going to go down. One thing that happens as you go down deeper in the water, you don't have to go very far at all, as the water starts absorbing the different colors, so things look different. And it's your warm colors first, your reds, orange, yellows that are absorbed by the water, and everything looks bluer, greener. And many of these guys will carry a torch, a flashlight with them. They shine them on the different items, and they will look more naturally colored. Here we are. We're having to obviously equalize our ears. It took me a little longer as I got to that point. I had to stop and level off a number of times, get my ears equalized. Once you get down, it's the first 10 meters and 20 meters that you get most of the pressure differential. It is a very unique experience and feeling. It is so cool to see the different animals. The reefs out here are just amazingly full of life, and life hiding within life. Fishes and eels and sharks, and there's a shark there off in the distance. This is my instructor, Cass, from Shark's Tail Dive Shop, and I tell you, I couldn't have asked for anybody better. Very, very patient, very knowledgeable, observant, understood what was going on, was very good at explaining concepts and practical applications to me. He's from the Netherlands. He lived in Thailand, I believe, much of his life. His parents own a dive shop in Thailand, I believe, and he became an instructor at a very young age and has been teaching diving for many, many, many years. There's a shark coming up there in the distance, and then we're going to get a couple really close looks at him. I believe we were under the water for about 26 minutes. The deeper you go, the more oxygen, the more air that you breathe, shorter time you can stay. And was just a very cool. Look what happens when we turn the torch on. Some of these colors that light up. I'm using a get up, get to action camera. It's similar to GoPro, but much less expensive. The case was rated for 30 meters, and I did not have any water getting into my case at 30 meters, which made me very happy. We're doing our ascent and doing some sightseeing on the way up. Cass, my instructor, is pointing out a few little fish and items here. Just above here a bit, we come across a couple of angelfish, and interesting watching them. Angelfish. Moated Shoals is about an hour ride from Malapascua Island, which is just on the north end of Cebu Island. And lots of dive shops. There's over 20 dive shops there. The one I used and recommend is Shark's Tail, and Moated Shoals is right there in the lower right-hand corner. This is a look at the types of boats we take out. They come, they equip, bring the tanks, all that type of thing. You can get your wet, you can rent your equipment as well if you don't own it. There was well over a dozen boats out there. And anyway, thank you for coming along. Please like, please share the video, please subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at, and we'll see you next time.